Shares of Nvidia are bouncing back pretty strongly today, up nearly 4.5%, but they're still down 7% from their November highs and on pace to break a 4-month win streak. Comes as Broadcom is having its best month ever and has outperformed Nvidia by 30 points since reporting earnings last Friday. So what's the better bet from here? Our next guest has a buy on both. Let's bring in Vijay Rakesh, senior semi-analyst at Mizuho. Exciting times here, Vijay. It's great to have you. And are you in the kind of everybody can win camp here, or is Nvidia's kind of moment as the most important stock in the market over?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Kelly. So I think if you look at Nvidia and Broadcom, we like both. Obviously, both have been top picks for us, and both have done well this year. I would say valuation-wise, they're about the same, but I would say Nvidia is very well owned. Everybody has Nvidia. They are the king on the AI side. They dominate the market. They're almost running at $100 billion annually in data center revenues. Broadcom, on the other hand, is just starting to put up massive numbers now. I think we like the name. We have a huge ramp coming up over the next 2 years. It's very under-owned. People were cautious heading into earnings. And so we think there is probably some more legs left to the run there, given that it's much less owned than Nvidia.
For Broadcom, right. So, I was writing about it the other day, and a lot of people said, I had no idea, about Broadcom. So you're right. It's going to take a little while to penetrate the consciousness. Maybe that's a tailwind. What about Nvidia?
Yeah, I think Nvidia will do very well. I think what we saw in the last 2 weeks is a little bit more, I would say, people getting excited around quantum compute. And so you saw a little bit of a softening on Nvidia and a little bit some of the focus moving to the quantum computing names. So that said, I think Nvidia is still, the leader on the AI side by far. They dominate 90% plus of that market. And that's a market that's growing 90 billion, 100 billion this year, going to almost 160 billion plus next year. So massive market for Nvidia, and they dominate that. So we continue to like the name. I think maybe it's a little bit of a pause, but not a name to be let go. I think this is going to be a huge name for 2025.
You have a $175 price target. One more question on this, and I want to ask you about Tesla. But in the case of Nvidia, do you think that there is a shift going in the AI world? And maybe you know more about what's going on, sort of the latest of what's going on than I do. But is there a pivot where it's gone from this kind of massive rush to build out these huge data centers and just do huge model pre-training to inferencing and time test and compute and all of that? And does that actually, lesser favor or require Nvidia?
Not really. I think when you look at inferencing, it's already 40-50% of the workload. And when you look at Nvidia, their GPUs can be dynamically shifted between training and inferencing. The hyperscalers can allocate whatever capacity workload they want to training during the night and inferencing during the day or however they want it. But it's very fungible. But you will see inferencing continue to grow. And that's why there's a little bit of an opportunity for custom silicon as well, where you see Broadcom and others start to gain some traction.
Yeah, Marvell as well, much smaller player, about $100 billion market cap.